Hello friends, welcome to our YouTube channel SharePedia.org. In this video, we are going to know complete details of upcoming DMRC 2016 exams. DMRC has released a notification to recruit executive technicals, executive non-technicals, SCTO, CRA, junior engineers, account assistant and maintainers. We will know everything about this examination. We will first know about the exam pattern, then we will see what is the marking scheme, then we will go for selection process, and then we will know what is the salary structure for this post. So let's start. First, see the advertisement. The starting date for applying for these applications is 17 September 2016. It means that it has already started. And the last date for application is 15 October 2016. So you must apply for these posts before 15 October 2016. Now see what are the various posts which have been advertised. First is executive technical. It basically a assistant manager post, and it includes assistant manager electrical, assistant manager signal and telecom, assistant manager civil, assistant manager operation. You can see there is a vacancy of 14 for electrical, signal and telecom. There is 7 for civil. It is 5, and for operation it is 5. It is also 5. For executive technical, you must be GATE qualified, and for that you must be 2016 GATE qualified, and you must have a degree in BE and BTech in any discipline. Electrical, for signal and telecom you must be electrical communication. For civil you must have BTech in civil engineering. For operation you can be a mechanical, electrical, and you can see more detail in the advertisement. And if I will talk about medical standards, you must be your eyes must have 6/9 or 6/9 or 6/6 or 6/12 with or without glasses. And if you will talk about executive non-technical, this is a non-technical post. This is basically assistant manager post, which mainly includes HR and finance. For HR you must have an MBA degree, and for finance you must be a CA. As you can see, there is 3 vacancies for AM HR, and for AM finance you have 10 vacancies. And if you talk about medical standards of these posts, you must be 6/9. Your eyes must be 6/9 and 6/12 with or without glasses. Now move on to next one, that is station controller cum train operator, and the CRA, customer relation assistant. SCTO, for SCTO there is a huge vacancy, 662 vacancies, but you must know that high medical standard for this exam, you must have 6/6 with naked vision. It means that you cannot use glasses. Your eyes must be 6/6 without glasses. No power is allowed. Even plus minus 0.5 power is not allowed for these. As I have already told you that for SCTO a very high medical standard is asked. Your eyes must be 6/6 without glasses. And also for CRA your eyes must be 6/6 without glasses. And for CRA there is a vacancy of 1100. For CRA you must be a 3 or 4 year graduate. And for SCTO you must have a diploma in electrical and electronics, or you can have BSc in physics, mathematics and chemistry. Now next move to junior engineers. For junior engineers there are mainly 4 vacancies for electrical engineers, for electronic engineers, for mechanical engineers, for civil engineers. And for junior engineers plus minus 2 power is allowed. They have medical standard category A1 to A3. Your eyes can have power plus minus 2D. And for JE electrical you can see there is 48 vacancy. For JE electronics we have 81 vacancies. For JE mechanical we have 10 vacancies. For JE civil we have 66 vacancies. For JE electrical you must be a diploma holder or BTech in electrical and electronic engineering. And for JE electronics you must have a degree in electronic subject. For mechanical you must be a diploma holder or a BTech in mechanical engineering. For JE civil you must be a diploma holder or a BE BTech in civil engineering. Now next move to account assistant. For account assistant you must have a BCom degree, and there is a vacancy of 24, And if you talk about medical standards, 6/12 is allowed and 6/18, and the medical category is C1. And you can have glasses or with or without glasses. Your power must be your eyes must be have a power of 6/12 or 6/18. Now we talk about maintainer. For maintainer you need a degree in. Now if we talk about maintainer, for maintainer you must be a ITI qualified in a specific trade, and there are total 1393 vacancies, and a power of plus minus 4 days allowed, and the medical category is B1. Now let's talk about exam pattern. What is the exam pattern for all these posts? We will take first now see what is the exam pattern. I am talking about exam pattern of AM, assistant manager, that is executive technical plus non-technical post, junior engineers, SCTO and CRA. Exam pattern basically consists of 2 paper, and the paper is objective type MCQ. There is no descriptive paper. You just have to, there will be multiple choice questions and you have to take one answer out of these 4 options. Paper 1 basically consists of 120 questions, and you will be allowed 90 minutes for that. Now let's talk about exam pattern of DMRC exam. We will talk about the exam pattern for assistant manager, technical plus non-technical, junior engineers, station controller operator and CRA. Basically DMRC exam consists of 2 paper, paper 1 and paper 2. Both the paper are MCQ, multiple choice question. There is no subjective paper, and in paper 1 there are 120 questions and you will be allotted 90 minutes to attempt 120 questions, and paper 2 you have 60 questions and 45 minutes. I will talk about paper 1. Paper 1 basically consists of 45 questions of non-technical and 75 questions of technical. Technical basically related to your subject. What is your technical subject? If you are from electrical engineering, then you will get question from electrical engineering. If you are from electronics, then electronics question will come. If you are from mechanical, then questions from mechanical engineering will come. Similarly, if you talk about SCTO, then question basically consist of physics, chemistry and mathematics. And now if I will talk about non-technical section, there are 45 questions, and it basically consists of questions from reasoning or logical ability, and questions from quantitative aptitude, and questions from general awareness. General awareness basically in this section, question basically consists of question comes from politics, economics, history, geography and from current affairs. In DMRC exam, 15 to 20 questions come from general awareness, so do not ignore this section. If you want to know more details about these exam patterns and how to prepare for that, you can go to our website www.SharePedia.org. Now we have talked about paper 1, now talk about paper 2. Paper 2 basically consists of 60 questions and we have 45 minutes to complete these 60 questions. And in paper 2, it is basically an English paper, and this questions from English language will be asked. Mainly questions comes from comprehension passage, clause test, the interactive passive voice, indirect direct narration, and then antonyms, synonyms, sentence correction, sentence para jumble. These are the questions which mainly comes in paper 2. Now we have talked about exam pattern of DMRC exam. This is the exam pattern for post assistant manager, junior engineer and station controller, train operator, and as well for CRA. Now some important points to remember for this exam. Let's talk about the important points to remember for the exam pattern. Now some points to remember. This is very important for the DMRC exam. Now let's talk about first point. As you can see that you have to qualify separately in paper 1 and paper 2. It means that paper 1 has individual cutoff and paper 2 has individual cutoff. You have to qualify both the cutoffs. If you qualify cutoff of paper 1 but you are not qualify the cutoff of paper 2, then you will not be eligible for the merit list. You have to separately qualify in paper 1 and paper 2. And the second point is there is no time gap between paper 1 and 2. It means that you have to simultaneously attempt paper 1. First you will be given paper 1 to attempt. In that you will be allotted 90 minutes, and after completing 90 minutes you will be given paper 2 to attempt 60 questions in 45 minutes. There will be no time gap between paper 1 and paper 2. And now let's move to third point. Paper 1 and paper 2 will be held on the same day and in the same center. You don't think that you will get more than one day for the paper 1 and 2. Paper 1 and paper 2 will be held on the same day and in that same center, and no time gap will be allowed in paper 1 and paper 2. And I have already told you about that the paper is basically objective type MCQ. There is no descriptive paper. For paper 1 is also objective, paper 2 is also objective. There is no descriptive paper. And if we talk about fifth point, paper 1 will be considered only for 16 marks. It basically means that whatever you will score in paper 1, your marks will be divided by 2. We all know that paper 1 consists of 120 questions, and for one correct answer you will be awarded 1 mark. It means total question 120 questions and total marks 120 marks. Whatever I will score from 120 marks after deducting my negative marks, that marks will be divided by 2. As you can see that we have 120 marks, and now it is considered, paper 1 is considered only for 60 marks. That is 120 divided by 2 is equal to 60 marks. And if we will talk about paper 2, it will considered only for 15 marks. It basically means that whatever you will score in paper 2 will be divided by 4. Paper 2 basically consists of 60 questions. It means 60 marks. If we divide it by 4, then it comes to 15 marks. Then it means for the merit list you will consider only for 15 marks that you are going to score in paper 2. And the sum of paper 1 plus paper 2 marks that you have scored will be considered for the merit list. Now if we will move to seventh point, it means that every question, paper 1 and paper 2, each question carry equal marks in both the paper. Paper 1 120 questions, marks 120. Paper 2 60 questions, 60 marks. Each question has equal weightage. And if you want to know more about how to prepare for paper 1 and paper 2 individually, we have written article on our website. You can visit our website www.SharePedia.org. Now let's move to marking scheme. See how is the marking scheme of the DMRC exam. Now we are talking about marking schemes. What is the marking scheme for DMRC exam? It is basically consists of paper 1, paper 2, they are written paper and objective type MCQ. And the second is interview. Paper 1 is considered for 60 marks, paper 2 is considered for 15 marks, it totals to 75 marks, and interview consists of 25 marks. So more importance is given to interview in DMRC exams. So prepare well for the interview after you qualify for the written exams. For every correct answer you will be awarded 1 marks, and keep in mind that there is a very high negative marks. 1/3 marks will be deducted for your wrong answer, and if you unattempt the question there will be no negative marking for that. Paper 1 120 questions, 120 marks and 90 minutes. Every correct 1 marks will be awarded, wrong 1/3 marks will be deducted, and if you leave it unattempted then simply there will be no negative. And if you will talk about paper 2, which is basically an English language paper, it consists of 60 questions, 60 marks and 45 minutes. For every correct answer you will be awarded 1 marks. For every wrong answer 1/3 marks will be deducted, and there will be no negative marks if you leave it unattempted. If you leave it. Now how is merit list prepared? And Now we are talking about selection process and salary structure. For assistant manager, that is a technical post E01 to E06, it consists of technical plus non-technical. It basically a 3-stage process. The first stage is you have to qualify written test. Written test consists of paper 1 plus paper 2. And the second is GD and interview. If you will high in the merit list, then you will be shortlisted for GD and interview. After and combining the marks of written test plus GD and interview, you will be shortlisted for medical. And that is the last round for the assistant manager technical plus non-technical post. Now if we talk about station controller and CRA, it is basically a 4-stage process. First you have to qualify written test. If you qualify written test and high rank in the merit list, then you will call for psycho test. Psycho test, if you qualify in the psycho test, marks does not included in the merit list, but it is of qualifying nature. Whatever you will score, it just will be considered as qualifying marks. That will not, marks scored in psycho test will not be considered for the merit list. Okay, now that is the second stage. And the third stage is interview. After qualifying psycho test, you have to qualify psycho test. If you don't qualify psycho test, whatever you have scored in written test, that does not going to matter. You will not be called for interview. For that, for getting selected in the interview, you must qualify psycho test and rank high in the written test. And after you qualify in the written test, then your written test marks plus interview marks will be considered for calling you for the medical. And that is the last process for station controller and CRA. And if I will talk about junior engineers, it is basically consists of 3-stage process. It consists of any 03 post, any 04 post, any 05 post, and any 06 post. It basically consists of first stage is written test paper 1 plus paper 2, and the second stage is interview, and the last one is medical. If you qualify paper 1 plus paper 2 and interview and rank high in the merit list, then you will call for medical and document verification. And the fourth post is account assistant. It is basically a 2-stage process. It has no interview and it consists of written papers, and you have to go for paper 1 and paper 2. And the second stage is medical and document verification. Now the last post is maintainers. For that you must be ITI qualified, ITI, and it is a 2-stage process. In written exam you have just one paper, you don't have any English paper, that is you don't have to go for paper 2. And the last stage is medical. If you rank high in the written exam, you will be called for. Now let's talk about what is the salary structure of various posts advertised in the DMRC 2016 exams. First one is the assistant manager post. It is an executive post, and if we talk about IDA, it 20,000 to 600 to 46,500. And if we will talk about gross salary, it is 55,000 to 60,000. We are just giving you a rough estimate, and it may vary. So for exact salary, you are requested to visit the official DMRC website www.delhimetrorail.com. And if you will talk about station controller, its IDA is 13,500 to 25,520. And if we talk about gross salary, station controller have various allowances, and the gross salary comes to 38,000 to 45,000. It varies between 38,000 to 45,000. And if you will talk about CRA, their idea is 10,1700 to 18,500, and the gross salary comes to 28,000 to 32,000. And if you will talk about junior engineer post, their idea is same as station controller, and they get 35,000 to 39,000. And if you will talk about account assistant, their industrial scale is 10,700 to 18,500. So this is all about the salary structures of various posts. If you liked our video, please subscribe us. Thank you for watching our video, and we hope that you liked our video. And if you found us helpful, you can share this video with your friends or on any platform so that more and more DMRC aspirants could benefit from this video. And if you have any queries, you can go to our website www.sharepedia.org, or you can also comment in the comment box below, and we will bring more and more videos for upcoming DMRC 2016 exams. So stay tuned and please like our video. And if you are a new subscriber, don't forget to subscribe our channel. You can subscribe our YouTube channel so as to get a notification or updates regarding DMRC 2016 exams or any upcoming engineering exams. So stay tuned, stay connected. Once again, thank you for watching our video. Or one important point I will tell you, that if you have any information or knowledge or previous papers, you can send to our email ID contact@sharepedia.org. We will publish it on our website so as to more and more DMRC aspirants could see that post, and they could also get benefit from your knowledge. So start sharing knowledge, SharePedia.org. So start sharing your knowledge on www.sharepedia.org. Thank you very much for watching our video.